Welcome into East Clayton Community Park here. We've got a bit of a fun exhibition night here today, Will. The Tar Heel Royals, based out of Burlington, North Carolina, come to town to take on your Clayton Clovers. Word on the streets, there might be some fun activities throughout the day.
Definitely, John. It's going to be a fun night for everyone involved.
Not to worry. Don't know if I have to say it or not. That was Pepsi. So, we are all covered on that front. Clovers in the field tonight. We will see 10 hitters once again for the Clovers. Only 9 for the Tar Heel Royals listed. Wouldn't be surprised to see a 10th come out there. So we got in the outfield, Garrett Moffitt out in left, Jack Stark in center, Jackson Dunlap going out to right field. Bit interesting. Exhibition. Got to see what's going on with it.
You know, exhibition is just code word for experimentation.
Absolutely, especially in a league as competitive as the Old North State League. When you have times like this, it's not practice, it's still a game, it's still a fun game, but the stakes aren't quite as high. You still have a chance to throw random people out there and see what happens. All of the names out here tonight, though, names we recognize. Across the infield, it's going to be Jalen Lee at first, Davey Morgan at second, JoJo Allen at third, and Zach Zoltowski at shortstop. Mike Snyder, Tyler Manessi as our designated and extra hitter, and it'll be Seth Bullock taking the mound here tonight.
You know, speaking to the idea that we could see anyone thrown out there, we were joking before the game that you might go out there for an at-bat.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I can tell you one thing. If I go out there for an at-bat, I will not be swinging.
No?
No, I don't think so. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of all the good people of Clayton here. Not too confident in the swing, but I will say I think my eye would be okay. Maybe not when you have these 70, 80, 90 mile an hour balls coming at me. As long as I don't get hit, honestly, that would be a success.
You know,
Abbey,
some people just don't know when greatness spits on their shoes. And that opportunity, John, would be greatness spitting on your shoes.
I've never hit anything really past the infield. Like, I've had balls roll out there. All right, so it's going to be Ashton Hensley leading off here for the Tar Heel Royals, shortstop, wearing number 11, although we were warned that players may be switching numbers here and there for the Royals. They don't have a lot of jerseys to work with, so as they get more substitutes out there, may have to switch jerseys, and we will keep you up to date with what's going on. That's going to be 2 strikes ringing in here for Seth Bullock. Now, I got to ask you, Will, if the coach gives me the nod out there, am I going against the Tar Heel pitchers or Seth Bullock?
Well, I'd assume you'd be playing for the Clovers, so.
I mean, I would assume so, but. And that ball hit out towards third base. JoJo Allen makes the dive for it, unable to get it. That'll be a lead-off single here for Ashton Hensley.
First base with no outs for the left fielder now from Kennesaw, Georgia, by way of CCBC.
Now up next, number one, Robbie Smith playing left field for the Royals here.
He has a pink bat, John.
That he does. With a yellow handle. Or is that tape? That one popped up high behind us. Come in for foul ball.
I believe it is tape.
Okay. Certainly make a little more sense. You know, we saw the Clovers bat earlier today. First time I've seen that this season.
It looks a little worn, like it had been used.
Well, I am sure bombs have been hit off of that thing. My phone's not even that hot. Oh, my service is giving out what's happening.
Second.
Got the force at second for out number 2. Correction, number 1 brings up now the catcher from Asheville, North Carolina, by way of Bob Jones University, sophomore, number 19, Cody Kirkpatrick.
So now Cody Kirkpatrick up. Apologize if the scoreboard is not live anymore. The phone giving me a hotspot started overheating, so we are working on that now. Runner takes off to second. There was a force out at second, so now that is 2 outs on the board here for the Clovers.
They caught him like Ty Cobb.
Absolutely. So now 2 outs on the board here for the Clovers as they look to close out this inning. Had some rain pass through here earlier. Nothing too major. Did kind of drop out for about 15 minutes. Luckily, it came out, and we were able to continue. Seth Bullock not quite able to make the catch. That's going to be another base hit there for Cody Kirkpatrick.
The runner at first for the pitcher now from Athens, Alabama, by way of Bevel State.
So now up next, Sam Sandy, pitcher.
Sam Sandy.
We will see him pitching later this inning. I'm rather excited for that, Will. So now Seth Bullock takes the pitch. Just a bit outside, now ball 1.
Seems some offensive explosion from the Tar Heel Royals, excuse me.
Absolutely. And that one hit out towards JoJo Allen. He'll make the throw to first. Only makes the catch. That'll wrap up the inning here. Clovers get out. No runs on the board. They're up next to bat here, going to the bottom of the first. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park. Clayton Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. Certainly creates a fun environment for families all across Clayton. All these wonderful employees who got in free Pelicans snowballs and souvenir helmets. So a lot of fun here.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest crowd that we've seen this season. Although I wasn't here for opening night, so I don't know how it compares, John.
Well, opening night certainly was a busy night. Hard to tell as we've gotten a few more bleachers installed here at the park. So more capacity for the Clayton faithful as they come out and show out for the Clovers. So now it's number 16 taking the mound for the Tar Heel Royals and Sam Sandy. That's a great baseball name there.
He's from
Virginia Beach,
Virginia, by way of
very
Gaston
similar to
College.
Sammy Sosa.
Freshman center fielder number 16, Jack Stark.
So Jack Stark now steps up to the plate. If you're wondering about the scoreboard, still working on that hot spot. For some reason, not getting it to connect here, but we will keep you filled in on everything going on until we get that fixed. And he'll show bunt on this first pitch. An excellent bunt. Looked like Deuce Dalton was going to follow it down to third. Looks like he thought it was going foul, but it does not. Jack Stark reaches first on a leadoff bunt single.
He's your shortstop. He's
That's
a
kind of
UMO
become a
Trojan.
staple
Junior number
of,
6, Seth Soltowski.
The Clovers offense. We've seen the bunt come out a lot recently.
Absolutely. It's been fun seeing Clayton switch up some of their strategies as the season come on, as that comes in for strike number 1 against the shortstop, Zach Zlotowski. So a 0-1 count here as they'll check on Jack Stark over there at first base.
That was one of the more lazy checks that I've seen.
Absolutely. Jack Stark, who made it back in time. Now it looks like he's almost toying like he's going to take off. And that one hit right towards the shortstop. They'll try and turn 2 here, and they will. That's a double play. 6-4-3 for the Tar Heel Royals. So now Garrett Moffitt steps up, donning his new number 1.
Brings to the plate. He's from Cary, North Carolina.
He's got the swagger.
He absolutely has the swagger.
Richard freshman, number 1, Garrett Moffitt.
So now Garrett Moffitt, nobody on base, 2 outs on the board. One 0 count as Garrett Moffitt takes a swing. Now a 1-1 count, 2 outs on the board.
And the reason why Moffitt's been such a highlight for the team is that he gets on base, you know?
Absolutely. Happy to announce that it seems like we have got our scoreboard back up and running as Moffitt's going to hit that towards first base. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for the Clovers. Now going into the second inning, tied 0-0. top of the second inning here, still a tied 0-0 ball game. Both defenses playing effectively and efficiently so far in this exhibition.
Yes, other than that fielding error where the pop-up dropped
third baseman number 2,
on
Deuce.
Jack
Indeed.
Stark.
Dalton.
But other than that,
Been an okay game.
been an okay game.
Now, I'm worried that if it stays 0-0, my ability to come up and take a bat will not be high.
Oh, we're gonna get there, John.
You think so? All right, that comes in for strike number 1. Now 0-1 count here. No runs to speak of from either side. That evens up the count at 1-1. You know, I was worried when that rain came through initially. That's hit just fouled that the game might have been delayed, postponed. And after all, sometimes it rains. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes it rains. Luckily, we'll get 2 of those 3 here today.
Well,
that one's fouled straight back towards us. Even up the count at 2-2.
the radar we checked seems clear after that pregame shower, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. That is true. Now the count at 2-2 as that is bit outside.
It was funny to watch the team real quickly run out, put on the tarp, and then practically just take it right off.
And it was very, very quick round. That one fouled off. Keep it at 2-2 now as the Tar Heel Royals look to continue some of the batting success they saw in the first inning. That one hit up high. Jalen Lee at first base, running to make a play on it, but it will just drift out of play. So keep the count at 2-2, and we've got ourselves a bit of a battle here to lead off this inning. It's Deuce Dalton, who I think that's got to be one of the best names between both of these teams.
Okay, I said this to you earlier, but I'm going to say it again. If you played backyard baseball and you've seen the names that auto-generate, it reminds me of a lot of the names on the Royals team.
Somebody definitely took that. As Deuce Dalton takes that for a leadoff walk, was at a full count. So Deuce Dalton gets on base here, and now Seth Bullock working to get that first out of the inning. Good to see the community of Clayton show up here for Town of Clayton Appreciation Night. Mainly filled up in the home side of the stadium. Guess that should not be too surprising as that rings in for strike number 1.
It's almost a parallel to the crowd that you saw in Oakland on June 13th.
Almost. And they'll take that one right down the middle for strike 2. Seth Bullock works up a quick 0-2 count here against the right fielder, Nick Armstrong. Just a bit outside.
Trying to get him to go for it, John.
Now a 1-2 count. Seth Bullock still ahead. As Peter Maldonado throws down. It was close at first, but Deuce Dalton will remain safe. Evens up the count now at 2-2. Maldonado's ability to throw down is something that has been highlighted all throughout the season, but still looking to get that pickoff from him. As that's going to be a taken strike 3. Seth Bullock works up his first strikeout of the night. So that is 1 out. We are now moving on to number 7, Felix Marquez. Center fielder for the Royals. And they'll check on Deuce at first, no avail. Looking ahead at the Clovers schedule also, quite a few teams that have those Major League parody names. We are playing the Yankees later on in the season. And that comes up high in the outside corner. 1-0 count here. Now the only thing I'm wondering, Will, is are we able to get one of those souvenir helmet snowballs?
If we're fast enough.
It's all about the speed. Now a 1-1 count here. 1 out for the Royals here in the top of the second. Seth Bullock tries to bend it down into the box. Not quite. Make it a 2-1 count.
I have to say, I'm not really a fan of these small teams just taking major league team names.
You're not. Comes in for another strike. 2-2 count now. So what would your recommendation be? I mean, we do see a lot of creative names out of the Old North State League. The Brunswick Surf and Turfs, who just came by here last night. That's fouled back.
Well, John, this is a team that's based out of Burlington.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the sock puppets are taken, so I would think they could take the name of the Greensboro Hornets, like from the movie Bull Durham, because that team does not actually exist.
They could. So that'll come in, bring the count up to full 3-2.
But they would just be the Burlington Hornets.
They would just be the Burlington Hornets in that case. And that one's going to get hit towards center field. Is it going to drop? No, it will not. Catch is made. Deuce Dalton has to run back to first. Stark makes the catch. That's going to be out number 2 here in the second inning.
Brings up now the first baseman for the Royals from Independence, Virginia, by way of New River Community College, number 18, freshman Ryan Walls.
The hot spot not doing us any favor here. Scoreboard's going to have to take a pause once again, but just as always, we will keep you filled in on the broadcast. So 2 outs here in the second inning. Dalton thinks about taking off, doesn't. Ball number 1. A fun Sunday not Sunday, my goodness, my sense of time is all out of whack. But a fun Friday exhibition here at East Clayton Community Park, as that rings in for ball number 2. Now a 2-0 count for Ryan Walls, the first baseman. A good stop by Maldonado on the outside corner brings it up to a 3-0 count. So now the Clovers at risk of walking Ryan Walls. That'll come in for strike 1. Excellent way to bounce back by Seth Bullock here. 3-1 count. Ooh. Hard swing and a miss from Ryan Walls there. Brings it up to a full count. 3-2 now. As Seth Bullock could put away the inning right here. Runner's going to take off, but that ball is foul. Keep the count at 3-2. Everybody's going back to where they were. So now a full count here, 2 outs on the board. That one also fouled. Ryan Walls now having himself a battle with Seth Bullock. Now, I believe I heard, Will, that this game's only going to go for 7 innings. As that ball is just on the outside corner, Ryan Walls will draw the walk. So now runners at first and second for the Royals. And we are to the bottom of the order in Mac McLaughlin, who another fantastic name from the Royals.
They're full of them.
That'll come in for strike 1, Seth Bullock. So McLaughlin works up an 0-1 count here. On the inside, evens up the count. Now the Tar Heel Royals donning a classic Tar Heel emblem across the chest as that comes in for strike 2. Clovers in their forest greens. Would you consider that forest green?
Yes, I think I would.
That one hit up. That's going to fall in left center field. Garrett Moffitt makes the throw. It is not in time. Tar Heel Royals are going to take the lead on an RBI single from Mac McLaughlin.
We head back to the top of the order now for the Royals. Shortstop, number 11, Ashton Hansley.
So back to the top of the order. The shortstop looking like he's having some trouble getting the weight off his bat. He's going to call for a new one. Slight delay in game here as we get our man Hansley a bat. He's got it now. He's ready to go. He's got runners on first and second. Tar Heels have a 1-0 lead here.
They're going to a call.
That's just on the inside. 1-0 count. Again, we apologize about the scoreboard not being up to date. Still working on our hotspot. Now 1-1 count here. 2 outs on the board. Hard swing and a miss brings it up to a 1-2 count. Clayton Fire Department rushes out of here off to a call. Thank them for their service here from the town of Clayton. Ooh, and a hard swing and a miss. Seth Bullock picks up his second strikeout of the day, and that's going to wrap up the second inning. Clovers up to bat next, down 1-0. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Back at East Clayton Community Park, Clovers find themselves down 1 here in the bottom of the second of this exhibition game, and it's going to be the clean-up batter for the Clovers. Up first, Mike Snyder.
Big Mike.
So a 1-0 game here in the bottom of the second. Mike takes a heavy swing and miss for strike number 1.
You know, we were talking about the elements earlier. It was a little windy before the game, but it's practically dead now.
Absolutely. It seems like whatever has come through his passer as Mike Snyder hits that way up into the air. That'll be caught by Nick Armstrong out in the right field. That's going to be good for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
By way of Chewan University, he's your right fielder. He's a junior. He's number 32.
So
he
now,
is
Jackson Dunlap steps up to the plate. The hometown kid has had himself a very solid year here for the Clayton Clovers so far. Interesting to see him out in right field. Used to seeing him at first base and more recently third base.
Yes, it's part of the experimentation of the exhibition. And John, is that the Clayton bat that we saw earlier?
It looks like it might be. Now we know why it looked worn. Getting some good game use here, as it's now a 1-1 count here for Jackson Dunlap. And he'll hit that one up right in between right fielder and second baseman. 1 out single now for Jackson Dunlap. Well, it seems like the Clayton bat is doing wonders.
Your second baseman. He's a battling Bishop from NC Wesleyan. He's from Clayton, North Carolina. He's a junior. He's number 2, Davey.
Absolutely. So now the captain, Davey Morgan, now up to bat. Seeing the same pitcher as last inning in Sam Sandy. So 1 out on the board. 1-0 game. Royals currently lead here in the bottom of the second. And Davey Morgan's going to hit that one up high. Players racing for it. Right fielder will make the catch. Nick Armstrong, he's responsible for both outs so far this inning for the Royals. So Jackson Dunlap at risk of being stranded over there at first. But first is going to be Jalen Lee now. Chance to possibly tie up this game for Clayton.
Yes, you want the bats to get hot, but so far they've been a little quiet for the Clovers.
They'll do a laissez-faire check on Jackson Dunlap over at first. So 2 outs on the board, no count yet for Jalen Lee. Royals lead 1-0 in the bottom of the second. That'll come up high for ball number 1. Something we've seen with this Clovers lineup is just how good their eye can be throughout the at-bat. They seem not to swing unless they love what they see. Lee's going to pop that up into foul territory. Third baseman will make the play, though. That'll end the bottom of the second. Royals still lead 1-0. Jackson Dunlap stranded on first. We're going to the top of the third now. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball.
Number 1, Robbie Smith.
Robbie Smith leading off now for the Tar Heel Royals, the left fielder. Clayton finds themselves down early in this Friday night exhibition, 1-0. It's the return of the pink bat. As they'll say he swung on that one. Quick 0-1 count here for Robbie. Seth Bullock taking the mound for his third inning as he dials it in for strike number 2 and a quick 0-2 count here. Robbie Smith finds himself down in the count. And just a bit outside 1-2. And that one hit out towards right field.
Sliding underneath that in right field, Jackson.
So Jackson Dunlap gets his chance to make an impact out there in right
Brings
field.
up now
Quick out number
19,
1.
Cody Kirkpatrick.
It's going to be Cody Kirkpatrick, the catcher now for the Tar Heel Royals, up next. Royals find themselves in a quick 1-0 lead here, as that is just outside, 1-0 count. Also just a bit outside, quick 2-0 count here. So a quick 3-0 count, though. We've seen Seth Bullock bounce back from this already tonight.
Yeah, he's got to focus on working the plate and working that strike zone.
Just like that, he'll give it right down the middle for strike 1, 3-1 count. And that one gets fouled straight back. And just like that, back up to a full count now for Seth Bullock. That was something we saw a lot last night as well. Pitchers on both sides wanting to back themselves into a bit of a corner. Once they got that pressure, they were ready to go. And that one hit right above Seth Bullock's head. It'll fall into center field. That'll be a one-out single for Cody Kirkpatrick.
First now with 1 out for the Royals pitcher, number 16.
Well, as they say,
Sam.
if you can't stand the heat,
Sandy.
get out of the kitchen.
Absolutely. A hot and humid day here at East Clayton Community Park. And that comes up just high, ball number 1. Comes in for strike 1. Now a quick 1-1 count here for the pitcher, Sam Sandy. Always fun to see a bit of the classic, having the pitcher in the batting lineup. As that's going to fall just behind second base. Another 1-out single. Now runners at first and second.
First and second with 1 out now for the Royal third baseman, number 2, Deuce Dalton.
So now Deuce Dalton steps up to the plate. He's got runners on first and second. Just 1 out on the board, and the Clovers down 1-0.
I think Seth Bullock is a little frustrated with himself.
You think so?
Yeah. I think he saw it right there before the first pitch. His body language.
And that'll get hit right towards the shortstop. That was a rather impressive double play there.
Unassisted double.
An unassisted double play by the shortstop, Zach Zoltolski, is going to wrap up the top of the third. We're going to the bottom of the third now. Clovers having a chance to strike back. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball.
The Royals won the
Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park. We got the scoreboard up and working now. Now the Clovers, who are still down 1-0 in the bottom of the third here. It's going to be Tyler Manesi, the extra hitter for tonight. Clovers rolling with 10 batters today. And that's low in the dirt, but good for strike one on the swing.
And we've seen the 10-batter lineup before with other exhibitions for the Clovers.
Absolutely. A good way to not only see who's hot right now, but everyone gets a few practices as well in the best environment you can think of in game practice. And that's up high. Good for ball number 2 now. Now I'll tell you what, the smells of the concessions here at East Clayton Community Park starting to get to me a bit. Smelling some pizza, hot dogs. Can't very well smell the snow cones, but I can see them.
Well, ditto.
Now a 3-1 count here for Tyler Manesi. He'll take a swing, bring it up to a full count. Manesi rocking the Kelly green cleats right now. That'll come inside. Tyler Manesi gets the lead-off walk here to start the bottom of the third inning.
Manesi draws the lead-off walk
there's
at first for your catcher from Lake
not much that's more American than going to the ballpark, getting a hot dog, or beverage, and watching games baseball.
Absolutely, and a fun game of baseball like this. Here in the bottom of the third of what we believe to be a 7-inning game with this exhibition. Even heard rumors of a possible home run derby to close out tonight. No confirmations, though, but something we would certainly love to see.
Give us a chance to finally see one of the Clovers hit a home run in this park.
So we have a running thing right now. We have not chosen a favorite Clover player for ourselves. Always said that the first home run would be our favorite Clover. Are we extending that to the home run derby?
Nope. Has to be in a game.
Has to be in game. All right. They'll check on Manesi over there at first.
Still a very lazy check.
So Peter Maldonado, who is at catcher tonight. And that's on the outside corner for another strike. 1-1 count here. And runner's going to take off, but that is hit foul. Manesi didn't look back. He was booking it to second base. He will have to return, though. So a 1-2 count here for Maldonado. And Sam Sandy looking to keep things hot for the Royals defense. Runner's going to take off again. A great play by the second baseman for the Royals. Manesi will advance to second. Maldonado out at first.
One out for the third baseman from Clarksville, Tennessee.
But now you've got that runner in scoring position, and JoJo Allen's up next.
Joe
Kind of an
Allen.
unintentional sacrifice there.
Definitely in a way. Looked like it was close to being caught, in which case we might have had a possible other double play here. but hit the ground just before the glove. And we'll have a quick meeting here between the catcher and the pitcher. Pitcher's been doing well all night. Can't imagine this is a "you're killing me, Smalls" moment.
No, definitely not. Although Smalls was not a pitcher.
No, he was the catcher. And the catcher's been making good blocks also. So both members having reasons to be happy with each other as the Royals hold a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Comes up high for ball one.
I was going to say that, but I didn't be too good to it.
And that'll come in for strike one. So 1-1 count here, 1 out for JoJo Allen. And Sam Sandy continuing his domination on the mound so far. But the Clovers now with a runner in scoring position. And despite the frame by the catcher, still called a ball, 2-1. The chirps of encouragement coming from the Clovers dugout. Pitcher taking his time here. Way up high, 3-1 count. On the topic of the dugout being loud, despite the loss last night, very cool to see just how fired up that Clayton dugout got. It was certainly a bit of a bonding moment for the team, and hope to see that have an impact.
I think it will, because even though, like you said, it was a loss, it was an emotional moment that they all experienced and they were all invested in.
JoJo Allen hits that up towards right center field, caught by the center fielder. Manesi will tag up to third. So now, runner at third, 2 outs, and the Clovers knocking on the door here to tie up the game.
Third base with 2 outs for the top of the order. Center fielder, number 17, Jack Stark.
It'll be Jack Stark back to the top of the order here for the Clovers. That'll be outside for ball one. A fun night here at East Clayton Community Park. We hope you will join us here later in this season. Have a road stint for the Clovers coming up here. We'll be back at home on the 23rd.
Come out to the ballpark, y'all. It's real fun out here.
Got cornhole, wonderful concessions, wonderful staff. Clyde the Clover walking around. And that's up high. 3-0 count here for Sam Sandy. As Jack Stark looks to get himself on base here. 2-out offense has been a big part of the Clovers in these past few weeks. And with a runner on third, the Clovers could certainly look to continue that.
One base up ties up the game.
And that's fouled straight back. Bring it up to a full count now for Jack Stark. Excellent way to battle back by Sam Sandy. Been interesting to see as he finds himself in holes every now and then, how he'll really start to slow down the game, work on his concentration, and start hitting the strike zone again.
Yes, he'll focus on bringing the heat because that's what he wants to do to establish authority and dominance.
And that one just fouled past the third base coach for the Clovers. Keep it at 3-2. So Stark steps out of the plate to gather himself in this battle. Oh. And that one, a wild pitch. Tyler Manessi's going to reach home, and that's going to tie up the game. Jack Stark drew the walk in the first place, but excellent baseball awareness there by Manessi. Seeing the ball get past him, not wasting a moment and reaching home.
Brings to the plate your shortstop. I like to call him Z-Square. He's Zach Zoltowski.
So now Zach Zoltowski steps up to the plate. He's got a runner on first, working with 2 outs. That'll be strike 1.
Well, I said the Clovers were 1 base hit away from tying up the game. I did not take into consideration a wild pitch could have been what caused them to tie the game.
Well, the Clovers love to build ways to try and score. Jack Stark takes off. Oh, and they'll call him out at second.
For out number 3.
He didn't like that call. We're moving on to the top of the 4th. Clovers tie up the game here as we go to the 4th. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park here. Clovers turning to new help on the mound in the top of the 4th inning. So Seth Bullock works 3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 run earned. Cam Dunlap comes in to try and keep things tight here between the Clovers and the Royals.
6, 7, 8 coming up for the Royals. Top of the 4th.
Dunlap, who's from Lexington, South Carolina, currently attends Florence Darlington Community College, one of the few left-handed pitchers on this Clovers lineup. Well, we've recently seen these left-handed pitchers really come in and make a difference these past few games.
Yes, as I said last night,
the top of the 4th for the Royals.
Pundits, baseball will say that the left-handed pitcher gives you the advantage because most people bat right hands.
We'll just see how much of an advantage it gives here as the Royals are back up to bat here. That's just a bit low for ball number 1. Oftentimes when you take them out, it can be just a little bit difficult to find that first strike. But he'll get it there with a heavy swing and a miss from Nick Armstrong. Another hard swing and a miss. A hard pitch from Dunlap as well. His hat almost came off there on that pitch.
He's whipping him in there, John.
Oh, and another low swing and a miss. Cam Dunlap opens up this inning with a strikeout.
3 straight pitches, swinging.
He had Armstrong right where he wanted him. So now it's going to be Felix Marquez up next, the center fielder for the Royals.
What, adult basketball? Not as much. But like when we doing like the youth basketball, I do that all the time. So that's all.
That's outside 2-0 count here.
Last year was their first year. This is the second season.
That comes in for strike one, and here comes the strikes by Cam Dunlap.
And they've done so many renovations.
When he starts building that momentum, it can just be so difficult to bat against him.
They fixed the dugouts.
And I will get past Peter Maldonado. Nobody on base to take advantage of it, though. Works up to a 3-1 count.
The kid's hungry, and you can't blame him for being hungry.
Absolutely not. And that's going to be a walk for Marquez.
First base now for the
So
Royals.
runner on first base
number
for the
18,
Royals.
Ryan
Something we've been seeing a lot, too, is just how drastic these momentum swings can be with the Clovers. Really high highs, really low lows. And I think really the Clovers right now, exhibition or not, just trying to build a lot of that momentum. After all, if you build it, he will come.
Indeed, and that he is momentum, as you said, Johnny.
And that's 2 quick strikes there for Cam Dunlap. 0-2 count now. So Ryan Wallace finds himself down in the count. Just a bit outside. 1-2 count now. Clayton Faithful thought that one was just inside.
I think it was the right call.
And that one's going to bend in. 2 straight. Well, not straight, but 2 strikeouts now in the inning for Cam Dunlap.
Second K of the day for Dunlap. 2 outs in the inning brings up the second baseman, number 10, Max
Dunlap
McLaughlin.
is absolutely on fire right now. So now Mac McLaughlin comes up. And Cam Dunlap's looking to fire up everyone else. And that's in for strike 1. In for strike 2, Cam Dunlap, hungry for that 3rd strikeout.
These southpaws that the Clovers have just been exceptional.
And there, one's going to be a bit inside, 1-2 count here. There it is. Strike 3, 4 batters up. 3 strikeout. Cam Dunlap is hyped, and why not? We're going to the bottom of the 4th. Game tied now at 1-1. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park here. Clovers tie up the game, then 3 strikeouts by Cam Dunlap. Got himself fired up, got the team fired up. Now Zach Zoltowski leading off here. That one hit towards the shortstop. He'll make the catch. A quick out number 1 on the first pitch.
Your left fielder, numero uno, Garrett.
So now Garrett Moffitt steps up. Freshman at NC State, did not play his first year. Ooh, and he'll take the hit. He's going to first base. He's staying tough, though. There's no crying in baseball after all.
No, there isn't.
So 2 batters up, 1 on base, 1 out.
The hit pitch brings up your designated hitter, number 5. Snyder.
So now Mike Snyder steps up to the plate. He's got a runner on first. And Sam Sandy, who's really been taking his time on the mound tonight, looking to keep things on the rails, keep things right. That comes in for strike 1.
I didn't notice that Sam Sandy has glasses. He almost looks like a Wild Thing.
I did not even notice that either.
He makes my heart sing.
And Snyder crushes that one into left field. Just a bit short of the fence, so that'll be good for out number 2. Still hunting for that first home run here at East Clayton Community Park. Quite a few people here thought that might have been it. Good gust of wind really could have carried that one over. And runner's going to take off. He's safe, though. Excellent from Garrett Moffitt, just keeping it up.
I think for me, if he was a foot I could have played baseball. I should have played it anyway.
And that one just a bit up high. 1-0 count here.
I don't regret when you start because
This could be a bit of an exciting game if we're playing a 7-inning game here in this Friday night exhibition. I mean, after all, you know what we get to do here, Will. We get to play baseball. May not be us playing baseball, but and so runner's going to take off. Garrett Moffitt reaches third. So he's now stolen his way from corner to corner. And Jackson Dunlap now might be able to drive in this lead-taking run. 2 outs on the board. And that one's low. Good take by Jackson Dunlap. Brings it up to a 3-1 count. And a heavy swing on that one goes way up high and foul. Now a full count here. So runner on third, full count, 2 outs. Could be a big moment in the game here. And another heavy foul out to the right side. Keep it at 3-2. Jackson Dunlap's locked into a battle here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th.
Somebody needs baseballs. Somebody get him some baseballs. Foul ball.
Oh, and that one's on the inside. Dunlap reaches first, and now with 2 outs. Runners on the corners, and it's the captain up to the plate
Takes
next.
the walk. Chris runners on the corners with 2 outs for your captain, your second baseman, number 2, Davey Morgan.
It's moments like these, Friday night, huge crowd, big moment.
The Church of Baseball is in congregation.
And Davey Morgan hits that one in between the third baseman and the shortstop. Garrett Moffitt's going to come home. Clovers take the lead here in the bottom of the 4th. The second, or the 2-out offense continues. I mean, you know what they say, I've tried a ton. I really have. But the only church that works for me is the Church of Baseball, as we're going to have a meeting here with Sam Sandy on the mound. Waiting to see if his night is done. They're doing a lot of talking. I'm assuming he's staying out there unless he says something like, I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling
Hey,
something.
kids, don't forget, we're running the bases tonight in the middle of the 5th inning. Again, make your way down about the top of the 5th. Again, kids, make your way down to the concession stand if you want to run the bases.
I'm just going to come out and let him know that it's time.
Run the bases like your favorite Clover.
Runners on first and second. Clover bats might get hot here. Got to imagine that they are looking to slow that down as much as possible.
Oh, he's going to stay out there, John.
So Sam Sandy indeed will stay out there. Still 2 outs. Runners on first and second. 2-1 game. Clovers
Number
lead.
36, Jalen Lee.
And Jalen Lee steps up to the plate now. And that'll come in for strike 1. So although the Clovers take the lead, as we know, 1 run is not exactly the lead you want to be comfortable with. Jalen Lee has the opportunity to expand on that lead. That's just a bit outside. 1-1 count. And that one fouled straight back. 1-2 count now for Jalen Lee. He's down to his last strike of the inning. And it's moments like these that bring out big emotions, both from the fans, players on both sides. When baseball gets emotional, it can be one of the most fun things to do. I mean, how could you not be romantic about baseball?
It's our nation's best time. Yeah. America's been built on it.
That's on the inside, even up to 2-2.
Lauren, come see me at the scoring desk. Lauren, come see me.
So 2-2 count, 2 outs on the board, and Jalen Lee with the chance to extend this Clovers lead. That one up high, bringing it up to a full count now. Jalen Lee battling in his own way. And runner's going to take off. It won't matter. Jalen Lee is going to get the walk. So now bases loaded for the Clovers. 2 outs, and Tyler Manesi, the extra hitter for the night, will have the chance to blow this thing open.
Bases full of Clovers for your extra hitter number 10, Tyler Manesi.
So both fans now giving the encouragements to their teams. That one just a bit high. 1-0 count. Another one a bit inside. They'll call it his strike one. Messi had to jump out of the way. So now bases loaded. And another one inside. 2-1 count now for Manesi. As Sandy seems to be really liking that inside corner.
He does.
He threw the ball like really hard, 98 miles an hour. And his slider was so good, sometimes he could throw it at their head and they would duck because they threw the ball.
And that one, beautiful curve in, 2-2 count here.
Sometimes he wouldn't he looked at the ball. A bird flew right in front of him, right after he threw the ball, and the bird flew up.
So with bases loaded, the Royals have the opportunity to close this inning out. Oh, and that'll come inside. Looked like it hit him. That's going to be another run for Clayton. Bases remain loaded here with 2 outs. And it's going to be Peter Maldonado up next. Curious if we're going to see a little meeting here. Doesn't look like it as Maldonado comes to the plate. 2 outs on the board, and the Clovers been able to put 2 runs up in that time.
Huge opportunity for Pete Maldonado.
As that one's thrown inside. Quick 1-0 count here. That one on the outside corner, good for strike one. 1-1 count here, 2 outs. Bases still loaded, 3-1 game for Clayton. That one bends, but just a bit outside, 2-1.
Couldn't get it quite low enough to drop into that strike zone.
Normally you hear a batter that has it. Maybe the pitcher is just having trouble with the curve. And Maldonado hits that one just above the shortstop's head. 1 run's going to come home. The second run's going to come home. And Maldonado with a 2 RBI single. Clovers blow it up to a 5-1 lead now. And the coach is going to come out. Wonder if this is going to be Sandy's night here. What a way for Peter Maldonado to step up in a big moment. We're still doing talking here. Pitchers only just now making their way out to the bullpen. But that will be Sandy's night. He lets 5 runs go. Gets himself a pair of strikeouts. So in the bottom of the 4th here, he was just unable to close out that last out. Clovers able to put up 4 runs in that period. When we come back, we'll get you the new pitcher, his name and numbers. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. Welcome back at East Clayton Community Park here. They turn to new help on the mound. Royals go to number 5 freshman Ethan Willis to get them out of this inning. Clovers have put up 4 runs. After they reached that 2-out margin, bases were loaded before a shot by Peter Maldonado into left center field. Now the Clovers lead 5-1. It's JoJo Allen's turn up. And strike 1 rings in here. And that one popped foul. Make it a quick 0-2 count here. So 0-2 count, 2 outs on the board. Clovers with runners on first and second. Maldonado at first. As JoJo Allen fouls that one off. Tyler Benessi at second. Foul keeps it at 0-2. That one popped up high. JoJo Allen having his own battle here with an 0-2 count. Looking to get back into the count.
He wants the gas from the pitcher to get that hit.
Absolutely. And that one's low. Catcher loses sight of it. No one's going to advance, though. So now make it a 1-2 count here for JoJo Allen. Ethan Willis looking to have a good first showing here. And his time in. And that one hit right past the pitcher into center field. Tyler Manessi's going to be racing home. He'll make it, add that another run to Clayton. Runners still on first and second. JoJo Allen gets himself an RBI single on this Friday night exhibition.
Things kind of falling apart for the Royals.
Absolutely. They held their own very well in the first few innings. Now things just starting to fall apart. Sam Sandy was an incredible pitcher for him, was able to absolutely shut down the batters, but as he got tired, Clovers were able to take advantage of that, build some momentum. That momentum's carrying him through on this next pitcher.
Pretty sure he was the first at bat.
You know, back to the top of the order in Jack Stark. And he'll pop that one up. Third baseman tracking it. So is the shortstop. Shortstop will make the grab. That'll end the bottom of the fourth inning. 5 runs from the Clovers in this fourth inning. We're going to the top of the fifth. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Clovers find themselves now ahead 6-1 as we go into the top of the fifth inning. The Royals now going to try and respond. Cam Dunlap had himself an incredible last inning. 4 batters faced, 3 strikeouts. As the top of the order steps up now for the Royals and Ashton Hansley.
We've just seen from these left-handed pitchers just the southpaw shutdown.
Absolutely. Talk about how great Peter Maldonado has been behind the plate tonight. And that comes in for strike one now, 2-1. And another strike there. Evens up the count at 2-2. Oh, just a bit low. Brings the count up to 3-2 now. Cam Dunlap looking to keep his little streak going. That one hit up. JoJo Allen makes a magnificent grab, but his
Infield
throw will not be in time.
for Hensley. Puts a runner at
Infield
first base
single
with
for
no outs
Ashton
for the
Hensley.
left fielder now, number 1, Robbie.
Maldonado has been excellent, as you said, John, with making sure nothing gets past him. But I think a credit to Cam Dunlap. When we were watching him with warm-ups, he has a couple of wild pitches that just go right back to the fence. But he's been able to not let that get in his head, and he's been able to get it to his catcher.
Absolutely. Dunlap throws that one just a bit low. Sometimes when your offense takes off like that, it can actually throw the pitcher off a little bit. The timing's not quite the same. He had a lot of time in between innings. It can be hard to keep that arm just right. A hard swing and a miss there, though, for strike one. They'll check on Hensley over there at first. That one just a bit low. 2-1 count now. Sun starting to set at East Clayton Community Park. The stadium lights starting to shine through. Now a 3-1 count now. Robbie Smith steps out, gives a look to his dugout before coming back in. And that one gets past Peter Maldonado.
Smith draws the walk, puts runners
It'll
at
be
first
a
and second. No
walk.
outs now.
Runners
for the
advance to
heel
now
catcher.
first and second. No
Number
outs on the
19,
board.
Cody for Patrick.
John Loomis and Will Dobson with you on the call tonight. Will, today I'd consider myself the luckiest man in the world.
Because you get to call baseball?
Because I get to call baseball.
I consider myself pretty lucky, too.
So Cam Dunlap now. Runners on first and second. He's looking to get his head right back into the space. Gets it just high for ball one. Now one just outside. Cam Dunlap just got to find that strike zone again to get his confidence back. That'll be in for strike one. 2-1 count now for Cam Dunlap as he faces off with Cody Kirkpatrick, the catcher of the Tar Heel Royals. And an excellent way to battle back, even up the count at 2-2 now. And a foul tip back keeps this at-bat alive. Keeps the count at 2-2. No outs on the board. Runners at first and second for the Royals as they look to respond to the Clovers' 5 runs in the bottom of the fourth. And that one gets past the pitcher. Runners advance to second and third, but they'll stay there. Now a 3-2 count here. Dunlap and Maldonado just got to get this communication back on track here.
And as soon as I talk about it, it seems like the wild pitches have started coming out. A little bit of the commentators'
curse there.
Broadcaster's curse, yes.
Kirkpatrick draws a walk.
So a walk from Kirkpatrick. Bases now loaded with no outs on the board. Maldonado's going to make his way up to the pitcher. And we got a sign out to the bullpen. Not sure if that was to warm up or if Dunlap's night's done. I've got some claps. Dunlap is done for the night. Had himself a great first inning. Loads up the bases here. Now it's time for Clayton to turn to new help. We'll get you the new pitcher when we come back. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. Clovers turn to new help as they find themselves in a bit of a jam. No outs, bases loaded for the Royals. They'll turn to number 0, Matthew Chisholm. To the Clovers now, looking to pull another one of these Houdini acts we've seen them be so good at. And that one hit up high towards center field. It's going to drop in between 3 people. No outs will be made. An RBI single. Only 1 scores. Now a 6-2 game. Bases still loaded.
Brings to the plate now the Royals' third baseman, number 2, Deuce Dalton.
That comes in for strike 1 now. Huge strike there as the Clovers going to need some strikeouts, some infield pop flies if they want to get out of this inning unscathed. That being said, right now, I think you just want to grab that first out after fumbling with the ball a bit there. Chisholm's able to get it over to first. A run does score, but the first out is recorded. Well, just how important could that first out be?
Could be very important because now you've gotten into the 3 outs that you need to get out of the inning, and makes it a little bit easier for this new pitcher.
Absolutely. Especially the base is not loaded anymore. You've got a base to give. You've got that first out on the board. A little bit less pressure to deal with overall. Granted, you still got runners in second and third in scoring position. But with the base to give, you already got one of the outs. You've gotten the work started. You just got to keep the ball rolling at this point.
You gotta throw the ball, hit the ball, and catch the ball. Although, in this case, just throw and catch.
And that one fell straight back. Well, that one came right at my head. I can't lie. I was ready to enact the 5 Ds of dodgeball there.
Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Absolutely. I had the fence protecting me, though. As now Chisholm works up an 0-2 count here. Huge strikeout to get that second out of the inning now. Runners on second and third. Got 2 outs on the board. A lot of pressure lifted off of the Clovers now.
Yes, as you were saying, that first out was huge because now the ball has gotten rolling with this defensive stand.
Nice pitch.
So Chisholm keeps his momentum going with a strike. And that one hit right towards the pitcher. He'll deliver it over to Jalen Lee at first base. That'll wrap up the inning. Royals strand 2 on base.
No errors. 2 left on.
He snaps a bat out of frustration. Now he's 6-3 game. Clovers still lead by 3. We're on to the bottom of the 5th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park here. Royals sticking with their new pitcher on the mound in number 5, Ethan Willis. Zach Zotulski steps up to the plate now.
Leading
Clovers
off the bottom of the
found
fifth
themselves
for
up
your
6-1.
Clovers.
Allowed
Again,
2
I like to
runs
call him
on that next inning.
Shortstop, number 6, Zach Zotulski.
And now we're at the bottom of the 5th of a 7-inning game here. And Zotulski will be leading us off.
That's Cotton Candy. Just go.
I know, but I thought that was a test.
Had the kids running around the bases, as I'm sure you saw during our break.
It tastes like the same.
A lot of fun here for families at East Clayton Community Park. And that one hit right towards the second baseman. Going to get past him. Zoltowski rounds first. Thought about going for second. Did not.
Zoltowski reaches.
Jimmy Garrett Moffitt up next. Well, I've seen this only a few times
That brings to the
before.
plate
This
your
reminded me
left
of it. I
fielder.
really thought Zoltowski was just going to take off for second there.
Moffitt.
Have you ever seen a walk where the batter made it to second
Off a walk.
off of a walk? So, a strategy I've seen employed only a few times. They'll get the walk, and a lot of teams will run to first on a walk. And this player ran to first as Moffitt hits that one, just foul. Player ran to first. Everything was as normal. Defense set back up. Runner kept going after first and slid into second safe.
But the pitcher had the ball.
Pitcher did not have the ball at that point because of how fast he was moving from first. The catcher kind of dawdled there a bit. Was definitely one of the weirder things I've ever seen. Definitely checked off of my baseball bingo list. I was curious if Zach Zotulski was going to try something similar with the single there.
Well, you pin that one on the catcher not returning the ball to the pitcher, because that's when it has to be established as a steal.
Absolutely.
Well, I have a baseball question for you. Do you know how a catcher balls?
I have actually, something like this happened recently. As that one is hit up high into left field. It'll be caught for out number 1 of this bottom of the 5th. Zoltowski still at first. Really racking my brain here. I remember this happening. This is in college baseball.
This was the college tournament.
Phew. Okay, how does the catcher ball?
So the catcher in this scenario, he took off his mask because the ball hit off of him and he did not secure it.
That's right.
And he put his mask down on the ball.
And you can't stop the ball with your mask, as Snyder's going to hit that one towards first base. The shortstop drops the ball, literally and figuratively. Error on the shortstop, E6. Mike Snyder reaches first. Zoltowski reaches second. Very bizarre play there.
There must have been a curse on his glove.
Now
Must
batting,
have been.
number 32, Jackson Dunlap.
So the Clovers now 1 out on the board. Runners at first and second. And Jackson Dunlap now looks to put his mark on this inning. College World Series is just about underway as teams gather in Omaha, speaking of college. That comes in for strike 2.
June is such an exciting time for sports.
It really is. You've got the finals in the NBA, the NHL. You've got the college baseball tournament going on. You've got summer baseball starting to pick up.
You've got some international soccer. The U.S. men's national team played last night and had a very historic night. It was the first 3-0 win versus Mexico since the year 2000.
Wow.
And of course, MLS is still going on.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Charlotte FC.
The new North Carolina team representing, as that one is fouled.
Last call for 50-50 raffle tickets.
They're as old
Last
as the
call for
Clovers.
50-50
They
raffle.
are as old as the
And a
Clovers.
beautiful
Both
and talented
teams
Norman
in their
making their way
second
around.
season.
Get your
Clovers
50-50
first
raffle
season with the
tickets.
Old North State League. Old North State League is celebrating their 5th season. And runner's going to take off, but that is foul. Doesn't matter. Runners returning to their bases. Count
Again,
remains the
last
same.
call for 50-50. Last call.
Now a 1-2 count. One out on the board. That one way up high. Evens up to a 2-2 count.
Just a bit outside.
Now I'm going to stray away from baseball here for just a second. We'll get back. A lot of people thought the Miami-Denver finals in the NBA was not going to be exciting. And while the games were still very close, very high level of basketball, as Jackson Dunlap going to reach first safe. Now bases loaded for the Clovers. Just one out. Clovers knocking on the door to expand on their lead here.
It's almost like Dalton couldn't make a decision on where he wanted to throw it to.
I know, it was really looking like he was committed to first, but his eyes were trailing off towards second and third. Got himself all wrapped up and was not able to make a play in any direction. Clovers now turn to Davey Morgan with one out, bases loaded. Dunlap keeps reaching with that Clovers bat.
Was that the point that you wanted to make, getting away from baseball, about the finals?
Thank you for bringing us back there. Now, as a fan of sports, I was really excited for that matchup as a whole. I was kind of surprised to see so many people not, as Davey Morgan's going to hit that towards the shortstop. They'll try and turn two. They won't. Ball will get away from them. 2 runs are going to score here for the Clovers. Zoltowski and Mike Snyder. Davey Morgan reaches first.
And for all your banking needs, call
Out
KS
at
Bank right
second,
here.
though, so
In play.
2 outs on the board.
Brings to the plate your first baseman, number 36, Jalen Green.
So Jalen Lee now steps up to first.
What do you think?
To home, excuse me.
Did you give me the money yet? I don't remember. Thank you. I was like,
First one comes in for ball number 1. Clover is able to get 2 runs on that last RBI single for Davey Morgan, and then the error on the first baseman allows another run to score. 1-1 count here for Jalen Lee. Both teams have really been taking their time on the defensive side of things. These batters have been putting up battles. It's been a long but exciting game so far.
Well, it picks up in basketball goes on in the winter.
That one fouled straight back. Bring it up to a 2-2 count now.
Volleyball. They have volleyball in the fall and soccer.
So a 2-2 count for Jalen Lee as we get back set up here.
It'll be youth volleyball in the fall.
Pitcher taking his time. Way outside, 3-2.
Did you start starting basketball.
So we only end up with a runner now on second after the bases being
So in
loaded.
the volleyball, these will be soccer.
They have some bases to give if they walk Jalen Lee here, but they certainly want to try and get out of this inning as Lee's going to pop that one up.
But you did it.
Royals will make the catch.
Natalie
That's going to
in
get him
the
out at the bottom of the
for
fifth.
the Clovers.
We
That's
are
still
going to
1-1
the top
on
of the
hit. No walks,
sixth.
3 errors, 3 left on.
Clovers
And
now
to the bottom
hold
of
the
fifth,
lead
Clovers increased the lead.
8-3.
7-3.
We are going to the top of the sixth.
Correction.
Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball.
Number 18.
We are in the top of the sixth inning here, starting to get into crunch time for this 7-inning game. It's going to be Ryan Walls leading off now for the Royals, who find themselves down 5 runs, 8-3, and they'll take strike one
So if you go to a shop,
as Chisholm is taking his mound for the second inning. Now we come in for a drop strike two.
so good, you'll have.
That one just a bit outside now. Bringing up to a 1-2 count. This at-bat is still alive for Ryan Walls. Clovers found themselves down early, but were able to fight back here. Will, what's really stood out to you about this game so far?
The bats started connecting, John, and of course you have to highlight the errors that we've seen from the Royals, but I don't think that takes anything away from the Clovers offense tonight.
Absolutely not. I mean, after all, baseball really depends on how you capitalize off of the other team's mistakes. It's not just about how you played. And that'll come in for strike three. Huge strikeout for Chisholm there. Picks up the first out of the inning.
Chisholm with his second K of the day for out number 1. Brings up the second baseman now, number 10, Max McLaughlin.
So Max McLaughlin comes up. 1 out on the board. Royals found themselves down 5 here. And that one hit towards the shortstop. Zoltolski delivers a bullet to first base and a quick second out
2 up,
here.
2 down now for the top of the order. Shortstop, number 11, Ashton.
That wasn't easy, the way the ball kind of rolled up his arm.
Absolutely not, but Zoltolski showing why the coaches have trusted him at shortstop this whole season. I mean, he has just been amazing out there.
I feel like a lot of the infield outs put out some scene. You know, we think of them typically is routine, but a lot of them have not looked routine at all.
Absolutely not. I mean, they have been able to turn a lot of these difficult plays and almost make them look easy. When you take a second look at it, you're like, how did he bend like that? How did he get the angle on that throw? And these guys really showing just how good they are. As that comes in for strike two. Oh, just a bit inside the catcher. Thought that was strike three. Threw it out to JoJo Allen to throw it around to end the inning.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
And that one hit into center field. They've got Jack Stark under it. That's going to wrap up this inning. We're going to the bottom of the sixth. The Clovers have another chance here to add on to their lead before the seventh inning. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball.
We had so much fun.
Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park in the bottom of the sixth. Tyler Manesi is going to be leading off here for the Clovers. We've talked about it all night. The Mats have really started connecting here for the Clovers as they find themselves up 8-3. The pitching's also, except for an inning or two, really been fantastic. As Manesi's going to pop that one up pretty deep into left center field. At the wall, they'll make the catch, though, out number one.
Here's your catcher. He's from my home state of
The exit velocity on that one looks like it could have been a home run. Another close catch by the outfield.
Had quite a few balls come just to the wall here at East Clayton Community Park. Still waiting on that first home run. As the game moves later, not sure if we'll see that home run derby.
I don't think so.
So we will still be robbed of our first home run unless one of the batters wants to change things up as we move forward here. And that'll be a 5-pitch walk for Peter Maldonado. He's going to first. One out on the board as JoJo Allen steps up, so he's got a batter at first to work with.
Maldonado draws the walk, brings up your third baseman, number 24, JoJo Allen.
one thing we've talked about in previous exhibitions. Clovers lost the last league game they played last night. Sometimes it's really good to even pick up that win for an exhibition just to get a little momentum rolling. If you get bats kind of hot, get the defense feeling confident what they're doing, even with some of the experiments the Clovers might work with, the experiments might turn into experience.
And it definitely would help these Clovers get settled into their defined roles.
Absolutely is. We are approaching halfway through the season here. As that one's hit up towards left center field. It's going to fall in the field. It's going to be good for possibly, no. Peter Monaldo holds up at third. A fantastic standing double by JoJo Allen. One out on the board, puts 2 runners into scoring position here. And we're going to have a mound visit. And it looks like Melissa's night is done here. Claire did a bit of a spin move to get out of the mound there. Wasn't sure if his night was going to be done or not until he started walking off. So now, new pitcher on the mound. We will get the name and number to you when we have it. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. So new help on the mound for the Royals and Jacob Harding. Haskins, my goodness. I really wonder where I got that from. Anyway. Jack Start up to bat here for the Clovers. And that one hit towards the shortstop. He'll drop it. He will not be able to make a play. Another Clovers run there. Now 9-3. And if you're the pitcher, that's just got to be, it's got to be hard because you're going to take that and it can play with your emotions. It can play with your focus. But at the end of the day,
Now batting shortstop
you would
number
have had
6.
that out.
Yeah, you cannot blame that on the pitcher at all. It's just an error.
Now, 9-3 in favor of the Clovers. First ball comes just a bit outside. Zoltowski back up to the plate now. That one hit towards the third baseman. It's going to get past the third baseman, going to get past the shortstop. Errors riddling the field right now as another run scores for the Clovers. Zoltowski. And the Clovers start to blow this game open here in the bottom of the sixth. Only one out on the board. And Garrett Moffitt comes up. Zoltowski on second.
The Royals took so long to locate that ball.
Absolutely. And they almost had two players that had it in the third baseman and the shortstop. Things certainly getting a bit out of hand for the Royals here.
It's their 5th error of the game.
Garrett Moffitt takes just a second to recollect himself and the game resumes. And that's a swing and a miss in the dirt. 1-1 count now.
It's kind of been a quiet night hitting-wise for Garrett Moffitt.
It has been. We've seen Garrett Moffitt absolutely on fire recently. Over a stretch of a few days, having accrued up over 10 hits, a home run, number of RBI to his name. Moffitt has just been on fire. We got to catch up with him after one of the previous home wins where he described he was in a bit of a hitting slump coming into the season. Felt really good to just build some of that confidence for himself and be able to see him connect with the ball. And right after that interview, Moffitt went on an absolute tear.
Yes, and he had a home run in that road stretch. And he also went 4 for 5 in that game.
Moffitt will collect the strikeout here. It's the second out of the inning now, and Mike Snyder is up next.
Designated hitter number 5, Mike Snyder.
And if you're Moffitt, he was definitely frustrated with himself going to the dugout. And at the end of the day, sometimes slumps happen, but the kid has been phenomenal this season.
Yes, and Moffitt just threw his glove in frustration against the back wall.
So a quick 0-1 count here for Mike Snyder. And Snyder rockets that one into right field. Oh, they'll make the catch. Great way to end the inning for the Royals. This stadium really thought that was it. Everybody was on their feet.
I thought it was it, John.
Oh, my goodness. We're going to see one eventually. I can feel it. Well, we go to the top of the 7th. Clovers find themselves up 10-3. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. So we are in the top of the 7th now here. The Royals leading off with Robbie Smith, the left fielder. Clovers turned to a new arm on the mound, and Bennett Rich, the just graduated high school from Clayton High School. Huge hometown kid. Huge opportunity to pitch in front of friends, family, all of that. Just how much do you think this means to him?
Well, certainly it means a lot. You know, he's on that journey of life, just fresh out of high school, and he's looking for some experience against the next level.
He's already had a showing or two here for the Clovers. Started pretty early in the season and was definitely not that. Now he looks to kind of find his footing here. Could be a nerve-wracking thing coming to the mound, especially with such a big crowd here at East Clayton Community Park. With 3 high pitches in a row, he's just got to find the strike zone to know what he's aiming for. And that one hit out towards right field. It will fall, and the player's going to have trouble collecting the ball.
He going inside the park.
He thought about going for an inside the park there. Rather, he'll stick at third base.
Triple four.
It would have been close, John.
Definitely would have been close. I don't know if he would have made it.
Now for your Clovers. He's from right here in Clayton. Clayton High School, number 31.
So a lead-off triple to start this top of the 7th inning.
Now batting the catcher, number 19, Cody Kirkpatrick.
Now Cody Kirkpatrick steps up, looking to bring home Robbie Smith.
I have Kirkpatrick down as being 3 for 3 today.
My goodness, so Kirkpatrick has been absolutely on fire and a big part of this offense for the Royals so far. And that's 2 strikes in a row now from Bennett Rich. Perhaps that hit was all he needed to lock himself in the zone. And that pitch had incredible bend, but it will be hit. It's going to be an RBI single for Cody Kirkpatrick, and the Royals put up a run, make it a 10-4 game. Clovers still lead. Runner on first. No outs.
Pinch hitting now for the Royals, number 12, Kaheem Hogan.
So now Kaheem Hogan steps up to the plate for the Royals. He is pinch hitting in place of Sam Sandy. And that comes on the inside low corner for ball number 1. And that comes on the inside. Cody Kirkpatrick's able to advance to second as the ball gets past Maldonado. Now a 2-0 count here. And that'll come in for strike number 1.
Just noticed one of the coaches head down to the bullpen, probably telling one of the pitchers to warm up.
And that comes in a similar spot as last pitch, just a little over. Called a ball, 3-1 count now. Bennett really taking his time here. And that one hit into play. He's going to run over to first. It will drift foul, though. So now a 3-2 count.
What a way to have the patience to let it roll foul.
Absolutely. We've seen that quite a few times with some of the other teams coming in, and it doesn't really work out for them. So good on Clayton for having that awareness, not just rushing after it. And a hard swing and a miss. Excellent strikeout there by Bennett Rich, and you got to think that builds some confidence.
Rich gets his first K of the day for out number 1.
It's the greatest
Now
thing
pinch hitting
to
for
see
the
as a
Royals,
pitcher.
number 20, Rucker.
Watching that batter just totally miss your pitch.
Yeah, when you get him to swing on that, few things more satisfying for a defense and the pitcher.
He got his pants full all the way up. He just got some long socks.
And a great swing and a miss there. Bennett Rich starting to catch these batters swing.
That's how you wear your football pants in college. You can't do it in high school. Your knees, because they kick you out the game.
And in the lower inside corner for strike number 2. Quick 0-2 count here. Bennett Rich looking to start having his way with the batters.
Getting in the zone, John.
Oh. And that one gets around the catcher. Runner advances to third. So a 1-2 count here for Bennett Rich. He looks to get the second out of the inning.
I know. I thought about it, but no, I didn't really think about it. I wondered.
That one a bit up high. Really seems like Bennett's just got to stay locked in. When he's locked in, he is throwing some absolutely nasty pitches. And when you come in as such a young pitcher, it can be hard sometimes. That one hit towards JoJo Allen. Allen will deliver it to first for another out. Royals will put on another run there, but with 2 outs, the time is ticking here for the Royals.
Jaminian.
Bennett Rich delivers a nasty strike 1 to open up this next at-bat here. There's some really good takeaways based on how Bennett Rich is playing right now. High potential as a player as he continues to get some practice. That one's hit straight up. And that's going to be the game there. Clovers
And that's going to be your final.
pick up the win here in exhibition play on Friday night. What a better way to start your weekend here, Will?
No better way. It was an exciting night. The huge crowd that was really into the game. The free snowballs. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, the Clovers respond to the question, and they provide the answer. They go up now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Great exhibition win. Way to pick up a huge momentum swing as the players are obviously happy about it. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. John Loomis joined with Will Dobson here, excuse me. Thank you once again, and good night.